the funny part of it is that the man said he was there when cash was handed over, but he said he doesn't know how much. Really? And you are also inducting yourself. You are there. Money was given for them to go and bomb the legislative, assembly. And you kept quiet. You did not report to security agencies. You did not report to anybody. You are also inducting yourself that you are aiding and abetting that kind of destruction. You are an accessory to the demolition of, the House of. So when people speak, they don't know the depth of what they are saying because they just want to put somebody down. And that's ridiculous. So, former head of service, all the allegations you have put together, you are equally indicting yourself in them that you are party to it because you were there, you were a witness, to all those things that happened. And you did not inform the security agent. Remember, when you see something, say something. You are supposed to inform the police that this is the plan. Please protect the legislative assembly. And they wouldn't have been bombed. But you didn't do that. You are not a patriotic citizen. You are not a patriotic Nigerian. That's exactly what you have done. Hello my people, welcome to my channel. Rivers State is yet again on the news. The former head of service of Rivers State, Dr. George Nweke, held a press conference where he was highlighting several issues, where he mentioned that the governor, the suspended governor of Rivers State, was involved in a lot of things that took place in Rivers State. For example, he mentioned in that press conference that the suspended governor, Sim Fubara, was the one who masterminded, the bombing of the Rivers State House of Assembly complex, which was later demolished by the governor in a bid to evade impeachment. He also said in his press, release that the governor was also, interacting with the militants that blew up the pipeline, where he said he's going to give them signal on when to commence operation. He said quite a whole lot of stuff, concerning the governor, and many people see it as a mark of betrayal. The head of service was appointed by the suspended governor, Sim Fubara, and he has been working under his government, and suddenly he took a new turn to kind of bring down the governor. In that video, there's quite a whole lot of stuff that he said, that suspended governor Sim Fubara is supporting the Bauchi State Governor, Bala Muhammad, in his bid to contest for the presidential position in 2027. However, the Bauchi State Governor, Bala Muhammad, is the PDP Governors Forum chairman, and the Sim Fubara is deputizing him. So they have the privilege to meet at all times to discuss PDP issues. And besides, Sim Fubara also has the constitutional right to support whoever I want to support when it comes to the electoral campaign, and who is one to vote for to become the president of the country. Again, the governor of Bauchi State has not kind of come out publicly to declare his intention for running for the office of the president in 2027. So we don't know how the head of service is getting the information, because we know that as head of service is the head of the civil service system in the state. It doesn't kind of operate in the political space, but he operates in the civil service space. So, and I read the tweet from the suspended governor Sim Fubara, where he mentioned that he has how can the head of service be in his political meeting? That he cannot be in a meeting where he's holding any meeting with his political associate. So how come did he come out to say the things he was saying? And the head of service also confirmed that yes, he was not in that meeting, that the governor told him. So most of the things he's saying, he doesn't even have evidence to substantiate what he was saying. How can you come out and say somebody said? What if he denies it? So what proof do you have that he said that? And besides, even if Sim Fubara said so, that he will be supporting the Bauchi State Governor, both of them are PDP members, you're going to support candidate of his party, as the case may be. And also he has the constitutional right to support whoever I want to support, and that's the truth of the matter. So in this case, the wife of the head of service was worried that he has not heard from the husband, who told her that he's traveling to to Abuja. And according to her, upon arriving in Abuja airport, the head of service called the wife to inform her that he arrived safely. And after that, he went away. The wife couldn't reach him anymore. His phone wasn't going. So many people believe that the former head of service was kind of hijacked in Abuja and was forced to air that press conference. So nobody can substantiate that anyways. But it happened that what he said in that press release, there's no place he mentioned Nweke, the second party in the crisis in Rivers State. He only focused on the governor. So who did he go to meet in Abuja? What was his job in Abuja? What was he doing in Transcorp? A civil servant paying for a Transcorp hotel? No, that means there are some people that he's working for who took care of his expenses, as the case may be. So we know civil servant. No civil servant can go to Transcorp and be paying over 200 and something thousand for a night to spend in a Transcorp hotel. So he's working for some people. That's for sure. But I think the man is kind of trying to set up Sim Fubara so that maybe arrested or something. I don't know. But when you look at it, it's kind of high betrayal. Despite all that was going on in River State, Sim Fubara has never come out to kind of expose so many things that the government of Nyesom Nweke, had done for the 8 years he was governor. He has never come out to kind of done those kind of expose, But this man who just it was alleged that he was, forced to resign. And when you look at what was happening, you may, concur that truly his resignation there was something behind the resignation, because after resigning for a few days, now he's holding a press conference against the man who appointed him as the head of service. So when you look at that, you concur that yes, there must be some hands in his resignation, as the case may be. But if you listen to the wife carefully, you understand that even when he resigned, he didn't tell the wife the plan to resign, which shows it's an impromptu something, right? And the wife said when he resigned, he now told him that he just resigned. He now asked him why, what happened? The woman was highly emotional in her video, that to the point that she has to call the governor, asking for his intervention, that the husband is in trouble. All right. So according to what she said, that the husband told her that they brought in some stuff for him to sign, and when he looked at it, he said he couldn't understand why would he be signing such stuff that he was now aware of whatever million now is it 15 million or something like that. So he refused to sign, and they chose that they rather resign. That's what she said. The man told her as the husband. So if truly that the man resigned on his own because he refused to sign a document, how come he's now working for the same people? Because for him, you just resign. The next thing, you have a meeting in Abuja just a few days after the resignation, and immediately you are now turning against your governor. Now, if Governor Sim was doing all that you have alleged, why didn't you resign when he was there as the governor, when he wasn't suspended, and you now come out to say the things that you are saying? People would have believed you more. But you were in that government, operating diligently with him, and suddenly you turn against him. So I don't know. It's something that is difficult to behold, but I think that whatever anybody does in this life, always put your conscience first, because at the end of the day, karma is real, because it's gonna come back and biting hard when it comes back. All right. So betraying your governor, getting yourself compromised. I don't know what they have offered him. I don't know what he must have gotten himself into to make him to go this direction. But if you look at him, you will know that whatever he's doing is not him. Just like the wife said, that when he saw the press briefing, he said, no, this is not my husband. This is not the husband I married that is saying this thing. You can hear her, to the point that despite the fact that the man was speaking against the governor, the wife has to call the governor asking for his intervention, that this is not his husband speaking, that something is wrong. The husband must be in a difficult situation as she speaks. And the man came out to deny that, he wasn't kidnapped, that he did whatever he did by his own volition and all that. Why wouldn't you say that? We have seen all this kind of thing happen over and over again. So the wife did whatever she needed to do, and the husband was saying that the wife was coerced and was given a script. The woman was not reading any script. She was making a phone call, and they said that the governor sent him to the wife's house. No, the wife called the governor on the phone. That's what we saw. We had her speaking on the phone, and the governor was at the other end receiving the call, and both of them were talking and trying to find out why the husband did what he did, and why did the husband turn against him, and why did he suddenly change and began to behave in such a manner. So that's what we saw, a phone call conversation, and that's what it is. Okay, having said all of this, I watched an interview held by Rotimi Amechi, with the DW, the Deutsche Welle, the Dutch station. And he said something that is so germane in that interview. He said, till today, people only know that Sim Fubara and former Governor Nyesom Nweke are having misunderstanding and fighting in River State. But till date, none of the two has come out to tell us exactly what is the problem. What are they fighting for? What is the cause of their misunderstanding? None of them. And that is exactly the truth. Sim has not said that Nweke is demanding 1 billion or whatever. And Nweke has not come out to say This is what I want. And the same has not done it. None of the parties. All we just know is that two of them are fighting. Over what? Nobody knows. Why? Which means what they are fighting for is obviously not something that is right. That's why it's not public. And we all, as read the writing on the wall and concluded that Nweke is trying to usurp the power of the governor to be able to control the resources of the state. Remember, he was governor for 8 years, so he knows the resources that comes to the state on a monthly basis. And that's why he want to get involved, to be able to control those resources and be able to support, because his continuous stay as the FCT minister is, if he continue to perform his role for the president, to ensure that he returns in 2027. That is one guarantee. And secondly, for him to contest in 2020 in the next election after 2027, that's is it 2031, depends on his ability to be able to gather the resources and be able to have the network to be able to do that as well. So all these things are planned towards personal ambition. That is what it is. And the battle is the battle for the control of Rivers State resources. That's what it is. There's nothing more to that. So they don't care about the people of Rivers. They don't care about anything that's happening in Rivers. They only care about how to get access to the resources of Rivers and be in control of it. And that's what the governor is fighting against. And now you can see the quickest, fastest, and better option to destroy somebody is to destroy the person from the inside. So they have come externally. It seems it doesn't work for them, and now they have gone into start compromising, some members of the cabinet of the governor, to use them against the governor. And unfortunately, the former head of service was the first person that was enrolled in this mission. There's nothing he's saying that is justifying whatever he said. All the things he's saying is my allegation. You are not a politician, like you said in your press briefing, that you are a career civil servant. So you have no business to be even part of any political meeting and political discussions. And it is in these political discussions that most of these decisions are made. That is the truth. So how do you get answer? How do you know? You say the governor told you, and they come out tomorrow and deny he didn't tell you. So what next? If you listen to what the PDP of Rivers State have said through the acting chairman, you will hear a lot, what's going on in Rivers, how the sole administrator is dismantling the democratic structure that is in place, sacking heads of agencies, sacking members. The other day, I think he appointed a new chief of staff for himself, one, military guy and all that. So he's just dismantling the system. And now he's even encroaching to the local government system, as the PDP in Rivers State has alleged. And we don't know, because what is he coming there to do? There's no war in the state. There's no crisis in the state. And he was appointed. So there's nothing to fight for. So it's just dismantling the existing structure in the state. Now, Sim Fubara in his X handle has also debunked what the former head of service has said. The funny part of it is that the man said he was there when cash was handed over, but he said he doesn't know how much. Really? And you are also inducting yourself. You are there. Money was given for them to go and bomb the legislative assembly. And you kept quiet. You did not report to security agencies. You did not report to anybody. You are also inducting yourself that you are aiding and abetting that kind of destruction. You are an accessory to the demolition of the House of. So when people speak, they don't know the depth of what they are saying, because they just want to pull somebody down, and that's ridiculous. So former head of service, all the allegations you are put together, you are equally indicting yourself in them, that you are party to it, because you were there, you were a witness to all those things that happened. And you did not inform the security agent. Remember, when you see something, say something. You're supposed to inform the police that this is the plan. Please protect the legislative assembly. And they wouldn't have been bombed. But you didn't do that. You are not a patriotic citizen. You are not a patriotic Nigerian. That's exactly what you have done. The PDP Rivers State, they came out and be able to respond to the former head of service, George Nweke. So the acting chairman of the PDP spoke with his crew, trying to debunk and address the issues he has raised in his, press briefing. But before I leave, I'm going to play you that video so that you will listen to the responses the PDP Rivers State has provided to the former head of service, George Nweke. Well, I don't know what Nweke and his crew want to achieve. We don't know yet, but we're going to, see what happens in the coming days to see how they'll be able to navigate this route they have, engineered. Because I think the mission now will be to smear, Sim Fubara, link him to a lot of things, and then arrest him before the 6 months of, the state of emergency will elapse. That's my thought, because there's no way to explain how the former head of service is coming out to say some certain things he just said. So But at the end of the day, we're gonna see how it plays out. So guys, I'm gonna play you this video so that you're gonna watch what the PDP River State have said. But before I leave, I'm gonna ask you, if you are new to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel and put on the notification bell so that when my next video drops, you'll be able to be notified. The alert will ring on your phone. Okay, and then don't forget to like and share this video so that every other person will be able to know what's going on in River State. So having said that, listen to the PDP River State and hear their responses to what George Nweke, doctor, has said. All right, so I will close on that note at the end of the video. So see you in my next video as you watch and listen to these responses. Do have a wonderful day and see you in my next video.
The sole administrator now merely occupies himself with dismantling existing governance structure in the state. For instance, he has sacked the Secretary to State Government, sacked the Chief of Staff, suspended all chairmen, board members of parastatals and agencies of government. He has equally gone ahead to ask head of local government administration to give him nominal roles of local government council. Local government council is a third tier of government. They have no business with the state, but is tinkering with local government. That is to tell you that the situation that has warranted, may have warranted the declaration of a state of emergency is non-existent in the state. What he's doing is pure politics, which is not enough for a declaration of a state of emergency. Going forward, a few days ago, the head of service, Dr. George Nweke, was forced to resign as the head of service of the civil service of Rivers State. And George Nweke, having resigned, easily became an easy tool in the hands of the FCT minister, Nweke, and his team, who are bent on bringing down the state. What did they end up in doing with George Nweke? George Nweke was compromised, and he became a serial betrayer. Just like Judas Iscariot decided to betray his master, Jesus Christ, George Nweke has decided to betray his own master, his benefactor, the executive governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara. We are sure the way Judas Iscariot is ended, that George Nweke will end the same way. Judas Iscariot ended up committing suicide because he lied against Jesus Christ. George Nweke has lied against Rivers State, lied against the governor of Rivers State, and equally lied against humanity. He will end up like Judas Iscariot. He will commit suicide, and the blood dollars he has collected will be used to purchase a burial ground in Omuma. That is my wish for him. Going further, George Nweke made spurious and unsubstantiated allegations against the governor of the state. And we wish, as a party, as a people, as citizens of the state, who know exactly who Sim is, he conducts government business in transparency in the open to set the record straight. One, that George Nweke lied when he claimed that he was with the governor, when the governor handed over a bag of money to Edison Ehe to bomb the State House of Assembly. As far as we know and we are concerned, George Nweke lied. The true position is that when the bombing in the State House of Assembly took place, the Nigerian police force made over 7 arrests. The suspects were transferred to Abuja, charged to court, and they were remanded in Kuje Correctional Prison for over 8 months. Thereafter, the matter was transferred to Port Harcourt Division of the Federal High Court. The Federal High Court in Port Harcourt equally charged the suspects to court, equally remanded the suspects to Port Harcourt Correctional Center. But because of lack of due diligence by the police, the presiding judge of the court struck out and dismissed the matter early this year, and the suspects were set free. So the question of the governor, Edison Ehe, Lord Chijoke Ihungo, as alleged by George Nweke that they were responsible for the bombing of the House of Assembly cannot be substantiated. It is neither here nor there. 2, that George Nweke equally lied when he claimed that there has been an attempt to bomb the residence of the speaker by the governor, Edison Ehe, and perhaps Chijoke Ihungo. Again, this is a lie from the pit of hell. The true picture, the true position is that in October 2023, at the heels of the impeachment of the governor, there were protests across the state. Some youths marched across the state where the residence of the street where the residence of the speaker was located. The police equally arrested over 100 youths of Rivers State. They were charged to court. What I can't tell as I speak is the status of that matter in court. For George Nweke to allege that the governor, Edison Ehe and Chijioke Ihungo were involved, again, is a lie from the pit of hell. Third, George Nweke further claimed that the governor, Sim Fubara, promised to work for Bala Muhammad in the forthcoming general election 2027 as president. As we all know, Bala Muhammad is the sitting governor of Bauchi State. Bala Muhammad is the chairman of Nigeria's governors, PDP Nigeria's governors forum, where Sim Fubara doubles as his deputy. By all standards, by all means, both men can meet anywhere, anytime, any day to discuss issues of the People's Democratic Party. That Governor Sim Fubara promised to work for the presidency of Bala Muhammad is a lie again from the pit of hell by Dr. George Nweke. Besides, Bala Muhammad has not told Nigerians that he wants to run for the office of the president of Nigeria in 2007. 2024, George Nweke equally lied when he claimed that the governor wants to demolish the House of Assembly quarters auditorium, where the House of Assembly currently sits. The question is, what has stopped the governor from demolishing the auditorium up till now? Can George Nweke tell Nigerians why the House of Assembly auditorium and then their House of Assembly quarters is still standing? Again, as far as we know, as a party, as a people, George Nweke lied that the governor wants to demolish the State Assembly quarters auditorium. Gentlemen of the press, George Nweke equally lied when he claimed that the governor held constant several meetings with militants to bomb, to blow pipelines, bomb national assets across the 23 local government area of the state. The governor assumed office of governor in May 2023. And from May 2023 till as we speak, there has been no single incidence of blowing of pipeline, no vandalization, no such thing has taken place. Where George Nweke got this information from is between him and his co-conspirators. Again, as far as we are concerned, George Nweke lied that the governor meets with militants to blow up public national assets. Number 6, George Nweke equally lied against the trade union, NLC, TUC, and other labor unions in Nigeria, that they want to carry out protests to distort facts, distort issues in the state. Again, it's a lie. Governor Fubara, on assumption of office, created a friendly relationship with the labor unions. In fact, the backlog of civil service promotion, he ensured that every civil servants were promoted. He equally ensured that in the past 2 years that he gave bonus to civil servants. When it comes to the issues, welfare of civil servants, welfare of citizens, the governor didn't play with it. If there is a relationship between the governor and the labor union, it is because the governor has created that friendly relationship with them. That the governor meets with labor union, dole out money to them to distort fast an issue, to carry out protests in Rivers State by George Nweke is also neither here nor there. There are claims that cannot be substantiated. He equally claimed, number 7, that the governor has set aside huge sums of money to influence the media. The media to do what? To influence them to do what? The governor has carried out projects in this state, and the projects the governor carried out speaks for the project, for him and the state. Before the declaration of state of emergency, Governor Sim Fubara embarked on 2 weeks non-stop project commissioning. He did the same late last year. If Sim is popular, it's not because he paid the media. It is because he is delivering on the dividends of democracy and the mandate given to him by Rivers people. For Nweke to claim that the governor set aside huge sums of money to the media is equally lies from the pit of hell, and the lies cannot be substantiated. Number 9, he claimed that sometimes he slept in government house. Sleep in government house to do what? That is the question. He is neither the chief of staff nor the SSG that constantly meet with the governor. If the chief of staff tells us he sleeps in his office in government house, it's understandable. The SSG cannot even sleep in government house because he doesn't have an office there. George Nweke doesn't have an office in government house. Which office did he sleep? Which guest house did he sleep in government house? The government house doesn't have a guest house where the head of service, George Nweke, will sleep. Beyond this, George Nweke, by mandate of his office, deals with the civil servants. It doesn't deal with politicians. It doesn't deal with the governor. George Nweke, by all standards and all measures, cannot attend political meeting where the governor sits or presides. It is either the SSG, chief of staff, and other officers of government, including commissioners, and not the head of civil service. Again, this claim against the governor and the state is also substantiated. A lie from the pit of hell. George Nweke, by all means and measures, is a serious liar. Finally, George Nweke claimed that Rivers elders and Rivers people should re-examine their support for the governor. Re-examine their support. How? The question is how. You, a serial betrayer, now trying to address elders and leaders of Rivers State. You left government barely a week today, and you find yourself in the house, the office, the hotel of the Federal Capital Territory Minister, FCT Nweke, in Abuja. The first question is, what was his aim? How did George Nweke travel to Abuja? Was he forced to go to Abuja? George Nweke had a career that spent over 40 years. He had put in service to the Rivers State government for over 40 years. George Nweke is close to 70 years. So whatever he's doing, whatever he's saying, whatever script he has read, is because he was prepared and he has made up his mind for it. Nothing happens by accident. He bought the ticket that he used in traveling to Abuja. He packed his luggage in his house, went to the airport, boarded the flight, landed in Abuja, and went straight to Transcorp, where they kept for him to read the script. So nothing is accident. It's an adult, full-fledged adult. It's matured. It's a serial betrayer. Having betrayed to this extent, why would leaders and elders of Rivers State take him serious? Why did he think he's in a position to counsel Rivers elders and people to review their support for the governor? It is simply not possible. The support the leaders and elders of Rivers State, including Rivers citizens, have for the governor is sacrosanct. They trust his government, and they will continue to trust their government. They trust the governor as a person, they will continue to trust him. Sim conducts government business in the public with all degree of transparency. Therefore, the people will continue to support him. Finally, because we have examined, we have looked, and we have found no iota of truth in the entire drama that George Nweke acted, we have come to the conclusion that George Nweke, 1, is a betrayer, serial betrayer. 2, highly compromised. 3rd, that he could not resist blood dollar. And for this reason, we call on Rivers people not to take any of the things that came out of the mouth of George Nweke serious and has been true. 2, we call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to see the desperation in his minister. The minister wanted Supreme Court judge. They have given him. He wanted a state of emergency. The president has given him. What else does the minister want from the governor and Rivers people? Perhaps the head of John the Baptist. But the head of John the Baptist is not available. We therefore call on the president to call his minister to order that enough is enough. A state of emergency is in place. Let him allow the state of emergency to run its full course without interference. We call on our supporters, the People's Democratic Party, to be patient. As anything that have a beginning must equally have an end. That we have a state of emergency today is not the first time a state of emergency is being declared it shall surely come to pass. Even if we reject it, we condemn it, but as law-abiding citizens, we are in it, we will live with it, and we will endure it. Even if we know that the president doesn't have the power in the entire constitution of the Federal Republic to suspend the governor, suspend the State House of Assembly, what can we do? We are citizens, we must obey, we must abide. Let the president see the desperation in his minister, jettison all the bogus allegations made by Nweke. They were scripts written by the FCT minister and his co-conspirators and given to Nweke to deliver. Believing that Nweke, having worked with Sim and just left the government, that Nigerians will believe him. From the beginning of the text he read to the end, you discover that it was all lie. You can see how he was shivering. Nweke is learned enough to speak from his mouth and not to read the written script. Even the written script written by him, he could not even read it well. We call on the president to jettison it, disregard them, and know that it is the desperation of his minister to take over the governance of the state, to take over the resources of the state that is driving this entire process. Finally, we call on Rivers people, elders, youths, and everybody to keep faith with the governor. The governor has been given mandate for 4 years. He will deliver on the mandate. To us as a party, we will work hard to protect the mandate freely given to the governor and to our party. We will work hard to deliver the mandate. Thank you, and God bless all of you.